Guys, deluded. Good evening, folks. Now, Spain, when it comes to any international tournament or anything, they're always going to be a favourites or going to be one of the teams you expect to be there and amongst when it comes to speaking about titles and them things at international level. So it did shock me seeing that they've sacked their manager. Like I've come home and I've seen that they've sacked their manager with 2 days, 48 hours, or even less now to go until the World Cup. Now that's craziness. Now it was brought on because their coach, the current Spanish coach, well not anymore, Lutegui. I hope I've said his name correctly. He obviously announced that he's going to join Madrid yesterday when the World Cup ends. Apparently, the timing rubbed up the Spanish FA, specifically the president. I believe his name is. I should have written that down somewhere. I haven't written his name down, people, but it's not really relevant to this. Anyways, he didn't take a liking to it. Apparently, he's new to this vacancy as well. So this could be him flexing his muscles. Apparently, he wasn't too fond of it. They only found out 5 minutes until 5 minutes until his press conference to announce the decision is when they found out. Some footage has actually been released of a couple of the coaches and the manager privately speaking, and that's aided into rumours. So if they're upset about the timing and things and they feel they were owed a bit more respect and all of them things, I can't really say nothing against them. They're valued. But for a team that didn't do it last competition, didn't really put themselves in a good light, for a team that's the old Spaniards, I'm sure they want to get there and achieve the past glory, which they have done if we look at '08 to anywhere from '08 Euros up until the World Cup that they won. That period, I'm sure they want it back. So with that being said, to do this 2 days before your country is about to kick off is competition, especially I believe they played Portugal in their first game, is crazy. I mean, just from a footballing point of view, they scored 60 under their current coach. Well, he's gone now, but under their current coach, they only had 6 draws, 0 losses, 61 I'll try to say this in my last vid. 61 goals scored and 13 conceded and 14 wins from 20 games. That is great form going into the World Cup. That shows you they're defending well and they're offensively, they're clicking. So they should have every bit of confidence. The players are bound to be fractured to a degree. Now, each of them Spanish players, they have to come together more so than they ever have, because this is what makes a nation, or what makes a nation fail to succeed. And a couple of them will not be playing at the next World Cup, so they need to. It don't matter if you're Madrid, it don't matter if you're Atletico, it don't matter if you're Barca, they all need to pull together, because playing for a big nation like Spain, you're always going to be scrutinised. But with this, you can bet the media circus is going to be honing in on them. And when you consider some of these players in the Spanish side might be moving clubs, there's a lot of things that you don't need to be thinking about going into this. They should be really just be thinking about football. Apparently, Ramos campaigned for the coach to remain in his position. That's helping his new Madrid don. And some other senior players did as well. We don't know if it was players. Obviously, there's going to be speculation. We'll never know who. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Apparently, one of the players in that Spanish side, this is another rumour, said that it needs to come out before it gets leaked. We don't know if that was a Madrid player, Atletico Madrid player, or Barcelona, who are rivals. We don't know if it was a Madrid player, Real Madrid. We don't know who it was. We don't know if it was even a Real Madrid player for no reason. We don't know who it was. Either way, it's happened now. It's poor timing. It's ridiculous timing. But they have to come together. You have to imagine, to a degree, we'll never know. But that dressing room has to be a bit fractured. Like, people are probably not trusting their teammates. It's probably a lot of finger pointing, probably a lot of accusations going on. And like I said, you don't want to think about all of this stuff going into a World Cup. Definitely not 2 days before a World Cup. Only God knows what's going to happen. There's talk of Herrero going into the job and managing them for the World Cup and things like that. They need to decide quick. I mean, between Herrero, because he's been in and around the squad as a coach, you might as well give him the job, especially because you ain't going to find no one of any minerals, no disrespect to him, this quickly. So you might as well give him the role. But you also have to consider as well, if it's up to me, I don't know where Del Bosque is or if he's open to it. But if I was anyone connected to that Spanish FA and stuff, I'd be considered bringing him back as well, because he knows these players. They will listen to him. Like, these players have to come together more so than ever, because the timing of this is quite frankly ridiculous. I get both sides. Like, obviously, the carrot of managing Real Madrid, you can't turn that down. At the same time, the Spanish president or the Spanish FA or Footballing Federation, whatever you want to refer to them as, if they felt they were disrespected, then they have to take action. But to which I also understand, or third point of this is a danger with life. Like, some people feel their pride was hurt and they were disrespected, so they came out and obviously forced a hand for him to step down. Now, remove your pride from the issue or the fact that you feel offended. what other reasons are there for him to want to push him out 2 days before the World Cup starts? There is none. It's all principles, morals, and people trying to make a name for themselves and all of these sort of things. It's a circus act. It is what it is. He's going off to Madrid. I'm sure he wanted to lead Spain through the World Cup and things like that, but they deemed their hands were tied. So it is what it is, man, at this moment in time. On one hand, I don't feel it will affect these Spanish players because I do believe they're mature international players, and a lot of them have dealt with constant change at their clubs. I mean, if you played Ramos, if you've been at Madrid, you've seen hella managers, so this is water off a duck's back, essentially. But by the same logic, I do see the case for multiple fractions, divisions, distraction when they're playing, several things being on their mind. But who knows, man? Like I said, just the fact that it happened 2 days before the World Cup is a bit ridiculous. But on that note, guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you for watching.